Hey, my name is Jay Martin. Thanks for watching TW Replays. This video was sent in by a viewer named WoRReN. WoRReN also has a YouTube channel that I think is kind of starting out, so I'll put a link to that. Watched a handful of his videos and I was entertained. I thought they were interesting. WoRReN's a fairly high-level player, and what he mostly posts is just kind of live-action replays or what's the term he used? He calls it a thought process, so that he's kind of talking out loud about what he's thinking, and it was interesting views. So go check that out. WoRReN is playing Russia. The theme of Russia is their units generally have really terrible accuracy, so I'm curious how he's planning on doing this. We have 3 Jaegers. Those are Uhlans, which are Lancers. I was actually reading a book the other day, and there's a word. Oh, I'm gonna screw this story up. But anyway, I want to say I saw like the root word of Uhlan, like ULEN means spear in an Eastern European language or something like that. Incomplete, horrible story. So, WoRReN's opponent. Okay, we have some kind of fancy general. I don't know. I'm gonna guess that's the 6-star, but I don't really know. WoRReN's opponent is named Talcor. It's a name I recognize. I've done at least one video with Talcor in it. So these guys might give us a pretty good show. The map, Italian Grasslands, is an interesting one. I think this is a decent 1v1 map. And if you like playing on terrain maps, that's really your thing. That's cool. I think the feature of this map is that there's so much forest, and if I just had to make a blind guess, I would say whoever's in the forest more is likely to win. I'm not a huge fan of forests. Terrain like hills and stuff, I think, are a little more acceptable. Forests are a heck of an advantage. This is odd. So we have 3 cav charging at 1. Okay, the mounted gorilla. I wonder what the thought behind this is. And then what he's planning on doing with these guys. Well, that is kind of interesting. So if he gets to turn here, then these 2 units are in a problem, and WoRReN can get in the forest. Oh, the Uhlans are just straight charging this infantry. Man, I mean, WoRReN's very good, so I don't want to be critical, but my 2 rules of thumb on cav are 1, charge at 1 target, and you want to have supporting infantry shooting at what you're charging. And both of these, that didn't happen, so I wonder what he's thinking. Good squares here. See, I just think that, like, if we had to stop the game and we just had to guess who's going to be winning 10 minutes right from now, the Spanish army isn't deployed properly. The lights are in the back there, but there's just more Spanish units in the forest. It's kind of a big advantage. I wonder how much damage actually got done over here. Okay, so these 2 units are kind of out on their own. That's not great. I'm fine with this move by Talcor. I think this is totally great. I mean, get your lights in close. That's fine. I mean, theoretically, he could be working a range advantage right here. I mean, if I was a Spanish leader, that's probably what I'd be doing. If I have a bunch of lights and you don't, then I'm going to use those. But these lights chilling in the forest still seem pretty good. If I was Talcor, I'd be moving. I guess this guy's shooting, but this guy isn't. I mean, I would really be moving up here, especially because you have a cav unit there. So WoRReN's got more cav back here. Okay, so there's 2. I guess maybe I should review, in order to properly evaluate this game, compare this unit cards are the unit stats for everybody, because I don't play these two nations very often. It's not a bad position for the Jaeger there. The way, here's another thing. Because the forests slow movement down so much, and you're highly incentivized to stay inside them, this game, or maybe I guess I'm talking about this map, that the topography's effects are going to be, there isn't going to be a lot of maneuvering going on. They're pretty much going to stay here, which means, you know, whoever wins the accuracy coin flips is going to kind of win the game. We're coming through again. Oh, we see a square. I mean, he's moving to a different target. That's great. Finds a fusilier that's vulnerable. Okay, like it. 37 men left in this unit. That's a pretty strong position this late into the game. You know, like, unless WoRReN breaks in and kills the general here, or something like out of the ordinary kind of happens like that. These guys aren't really moving or anything, so they're so you just get into a reasonable firing position, hope you win the accuracy flips. That's kind of how this breaks down. Both players are good enough that nobody's going to make like an abject mistake. Right? Nobody's going to drop a square, anything like that. I suppose WoRReN, because the Russian units get advantages in melee if, you know, maybe he sees an opening right there to use something. It actually looks like it's Talcor that's going up for a couple of melee charges. I like how WoRReN counters. See, this is what happens when kind of two fairly equally skilled players play against each other. Okay, this is good. WoRReN in the back. You going to catch him? Might be enough to break the Walloons. I learned something about the Walloon Guards too. Something like they were Dutch or something. Like Walloon's a Dutch word. So like for a while, hold on, let me see if I can. I'm probably gonna get the details of the story wrong, but for a long time, Spain controlled the Netherlands. They're actually called the Spanish Netherlands. This is kind of during the period of the 30 Years' War. And so kind of an effect of, you know, intercultural mingling or whatever, but there were units in the Spanish army called the Walloon Guards. I assume the historical context is that these were Dutch people enrolled in Spanish brigades positioned in the Netherlands, and they were called the Walloon Guards. So Dutch people fighting for Spain in the Spanish Netherlands. And then once that unit existed, they kind of kept on going, and so 200 years later, 150 years later, there's still units in the Spanish army called the Walloon Guards. Are they still staffed by actual Dutch people at this period in history? I'd say that's pretty unlikely, but that's kind of the genesis of where that unit came from. Yeah, and that's kind of what I predicted right there. Okay, so WoRReN's got 60. He just can't win a fight against somebody with 114 men on him. I mean, even if these two units trade and are gone. So this is potentially a problem. I still really like the position of this Jaeger. I guess we're getting shot at, so maybe you back up a little bit. You know, okay, so earlier I said that Spain had an advantage with their lights, but if you actually look at it, WoRReN's now got 3 Jaeger units that are all pretty strong. Like, if this is a grassy flatlands game, right now, I think WoRReN would be incentivized to withdraw and just kite with the Jaegers. This game's close enough, it's going to come down to the wire. But if he can withdraw and pick off, or let the Jaegers shoot all their ammo, you could do that. I'm not sure how good of an idea that is right now. Probably a bad one right now. Nobody's really moving. Are these guys running away, or what are we trying to do here? I would have been way more aggressive with this unit. I would guess from this position WoRReN loses. I think there's, call it 3.5 strong line units for Talcor. These guys, oh, they're down to 60. It's like I just don't see the men on the field for WoRReN. So like my pull back and lean on the Jaegers makes even more sense now. Oh, he has 4? He has 5. I kind of missed that. So he's kind of got the 5 Jaegers and then this unit at 59. I would be kiting like hell. Maybe that's what he does. What's this? What's that maneuver? There's a lot of dead bodies. Oof. Oof. I mean, another thing too is on maps like these where there's some terrain advantage. Remember at the beginning of the game where both players like were content to charge cav on cav to try to claim the terrain? This is a move that I generally always disagree with. I understand the two sides of the argument, but if somebody's wants to run and get on the terrain feature, like as I'm more than willing to be like, fine, you can get right there, and I'll just fight the battle from here, and I still have my cav. Okay, the game thinks Talcor is winning. So, a relevant question right now is how good are Russian Jaegers in melee? Because we are hitting the point in the game where people are starting to run out of bullets. Okay, Russian general goes in. We're going to have some general on general violence here. Maybe this is the coin flip that decides the game. We gonna go through with this? No? Ooh. So what the hell is actually going on? There's 3 units of Jaegers. There's 3 units of Fusiliers. Why are these guys so far back? Spain withdraws their general. Good move. Uh-oh. Jaeger goes. Now the game thinks WoRReN's winning. I don't get it. I would get that general closer to rally. Oh! There was another Jaeger hidden in this tree. There it is. Huh. Alright, Russian general going into fight again. Spain's general goes into fight again. I wonder how you change the game to make this phase of it a little more skill intensive. I think there's just so much variance going on right here. Oh, the game thinks WoRReN's super winning. What? Okay, route at 23, 30, 40. What's WoRReN got? It's so hard to tell. Damn it. Russian general pulls out. That's smart. Fusilier at 22 has got to route soon. Yeah, route at 21. Okay. Fusilier at 39. Jaeger 18. Jaeger 13? Oh, they go. Okay. Why does the game think... Am I misinterpreting the colors? I must be misinterpreting... No. WoRReN is red. Why does it think WoRReN's winning? Is there a unit that came back from routing or something? Okay. You know what'd be sweet right now is if we could dismount and get in the house. Okay, you can't square. Brilliant charge. Where are these guys all going? Okay, we're pulling back. We're going to do it again. Smart. That could be a really bad idea from Spain right there. The fact that WoRReN has 8 men in this unit and Spain only has 5 could be very important. Another thought is if the game gets to this point, isn't it really just a draw? Right? Imagine this in real life. If this is in real life, this ended like when both teams got down to 4 or 5 units. Right? You definitely withdraw and, you know, try to reorganize what's left, right? That'd be an interesting rule. If both teams get down to like, I don't know, 100 men, the game just ends in a draw. Oh, who was that? Stop. That's enemy general. I know what that looks like. Oh, all right. With 7 men left in the unit, Prince d'Italy. There it goes. There they go. Yeah, good job. You won the battle with 6 men left. Is that really winning the battle? I don't know. Interesting one. What I thought... I mean, this map in particular just doesn't let anyone move around that much. And this whole thing, just look at this. Look at this. This whole thing is just a massive variance exercise in a forest. That's what this map is. Anyway, nice game, WoRReN. What is that? Scary something. Anyway. You kill more people, sure. So WoRReN told me this is Telcor. I'm going to assume he's correct, but the player in the game was called Specialist. So anyway, go check out WoRReN's YouTubes. Leave him a comment. Subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. You're welcome to join us on Discord. Hang out. Ran into an old friend of mine today, Prussian Prince. It was good to see you, man, even though we didn't chat that much. But just the fact that you're there hanging around makes me feel a little better. So thanks for watching TW Replays. I will see you in the next video.